check out the new Ferrari 458 Italia, drive the most controversial car of 2009, the X6 M, and tell you why it's been a bad week for BMW Sauber.
Debuting at the Frankfurt show in September is the Ferrari 458 Italia, which replaces the F430. The name is a bit of a giveaway. This car has a 4.5-litre V8 developing 562 brake horsepower at a ridiculous 9,000 RPM. That's 79 brake horsepower more than the F430, and Ferrari reckons its baby's good for 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds. The 458 will change gear in 60 milliseconds, has movable aerodynamic parts, and will cost around 150 grand. And, most importantly, it looks magnifico.
If you like your sports cars a bit more retro, this might be just the thing for you. Now, it might look like just any old E-Type Jaguar, but it is in fact the Eagle Speedster. Gone are the rubbish brakes and engine suspension of the 1960s original. The engine's also been brought up to date, which means it goes, stops and steers like something actually from this century. The top speed's over 175 miles an hour, but this thing is as much about the way it looks as the way it drives. The E-Type is already a stunning car, with the Eagle's wider arches, incredible bespoke interior and chopped down windscreen make this the most beautiful E-Type in the world, and therefore possibly the most beautiful car in the world, full stop.
Meet Humberside Police Force's latest recruit, a 417 brake horsepower Lexus ISF Super Saloon with a 0 to 62 time of 4.8 seconds and a top speed of 168 miles an hour. It isn't your average cop car, but it is one way of keeping local crims on the straight and narrow.
This is the news you thought you'd never hear. The chisel-jawed wonder is back in Formula 1. Michael Schumacher is to step in for the injured Felipe Massa at next weekend's European Grand Prix in Valencia. The 40-year-old 7-time world champion hasn't even driven an F1 car for over a year, so it's a huge challenge. The man used to be a pantomime villain, but this time we wish him well.
This is the £75,000, 547 brake horsepower BMW X6 M, and it drives like it looks. Weird. It's pretty incredible how a twin turbocharged 4.4 litre V8 can shift 2 tons of metal to 60 miles an hour in 4.7 seconds, but the essence of what makes an M car just seems a bit lost in this translation. We reckon stick to the diesel and let the boys at BMW get back to making proper M cars.
It was a good week for this guy, Holger Schuber. He's the winner of a competition to find the world's most beautiful garage. Now it helps that Holger's got a Maserati Gran Turismo to park in there, and that he lives in an incredible modernist glass block. But even we've got to admit that having your car parked in the lounge might be taking things that little bit too far.
It became a bad week for the BMW Grand Prix team when the board of management announced that they'd be pulling out of F1 at the end of the season. This after a frankly rubbish 2009. Don't miss our Owen's efforts in this weekend's Mazda London Triathlon, especially the bit where he tries to take off his wetsuit.
Still going!